two people that I hired from my own personal stock of friends was Jennifer Delgado. I'll link her Facebook. She is not a professional, but she does makeup on the side as a hobby. We did 2 trials at no charge. She didn't charge me for the trial. She came to me and we tried different looks, and we both agreed on a specific look, and on the day she did an amazing job. My makeup stayed put even when I cried. It stayed put. It didn't feel patchy. It was just good. Like, it just stayed on. And I was afraid that I was gonna cry and it wasn't gonna stay on. So that was amazing. And she gave me an excellent price. So I would recommend her highly because she's just so accommodating. And then my hairstylist. I want to say that, well, makeup artist, I give her a 5, of course. And then my hairstylist, and this is all based on professionalism, okay? It's not based off of their being my friends. It's really, I was afraid to hire them because if they made a mistake, I wasn't gonna feel free to like express how disappointed or pissed off I was or whatever. So that was my one gripe about hiring friends. But I went with my instincts and it worked out. So makeup artist 5, hairstylist, her name is Letty, and she works out of I want to say Long Beach / Lakewood. And I'll link her information like in the comments in the description. And she was great. She did 2 trials for me. One, it was a short hairstyle, and one was a longer hairstyle because Ron didn't like the first hairstyle. And she was great because I switched it up on her last minute. 2 weeks before the wedding, I told her that I didn't want to do the short hairstyle anymore and that I needed another trial to try out my hair extensions because I wanted longer hair. And she's like, sure. She was game for it. I sent her pictures of what I wanted, and that day she came up with it, and it was great. I was a little iffy at first because the curls weren't holding on my hair because it was synthetic. It wasn't synthetic hair, it's real human hair. But I didn't know that you were supposed to wash your hair extensions for them to get styled better. I mean, I'm not a weave expert. So when I went, the curls were great, and then they started kind of loosening up, and I was like, oh crap, is this gonna stay for the wedding? And she's like, no, they'll be good, you just need to wash them because right now they're still brand new. I was like, oh, okay. So I washed them a couple of days before the wedding, and yeah, sure enough, the curls stayed and it was great. So that was good. She did charge me for both trials, which is fine. The first trial she came to me to Anaheim, and the second trial I went to her because I had like a lot of appointments around the Lakewood area anyways. So she was very accommodating. She did my mom's hair as well, and I don't know, like, it was just easy for me to work with her because she had been doing my hair like prior to that for about 6 years. So I trusted her completely in her opinion and everything. And even though I switched it up at the end, she didn't complain. She's like, okay, let's try this new look. So we did that, and I'm giving her 5 for being so flexible and so available to me last minute. I got my invitations from Vistaprint for $60. And then my sister-in-law dressed them up with like little pockets and stuff. It was really nice the way she dressed them up and made them look so fancy. So yeah, Vistaprint, I don't know if I have to rate them or not if they're considered a vendor because I kind of designed it myself and they just printed it out and sent it to me. But it was the color and the thickness and the quality that I felt like $60 was, I paid for. So yeah. Other than that, I didn't use any other vendors. Everything else was handmade or all that by like my sister, my sister-in-law, and friends. So thanks everyone for helping me out with this wedding and for making it super special for both Ron and I. I was stressing out and, you know, getting pissed off a couple weeks before the wedding, and everybody was saying that it'll all be worth it in the end, and I guess they were right, because in the end, when I kissed Ron and we exchanged our vows, all I could see was him. All I could think about was him, and everything else didn't matter. Even the wilting flowers, nothing else mattered me but him. So, yeah. If you guys want any specific details about the wedding, let me know. I did want to say that the highlights of my night was walking down the aisle and hearing, you know, music that meant something to me and Ron, and everybody else was probably confused or didn't know what the hell I was playing, but it wasn't about them. Like, my bridal party walked down the aisle to a Final Fantasy Final Fantasy X song, where Yuna, if you know Final Fantasy, then you would recognize it, but it's where Yuna and Titus fall in love. So that song was specifically for me because I really love that scene. I really love playing that game and that love story. The second one, the song that I walked down the aisle to with my dad, was specifically for Ron. And I can't wait to see the video of his face when he sees it, because I surprised him with it. I didn't tell him any of the song selections. It was one of his favorite songs from Skyrim, and I just wanted to do that just for him, so that he and I can, like, we share things that a lot of people don't understand, and that's what I love about our relationship, is that I know him. I know him like no one else, and he knows me, and he really knows me like no one else, and I think that's what makes the relationship so magical. I know that sounds fucking cheesy as fuck, but it makes it so special because I can honestly be my true honest self in front of him, and he accepts me, and he joins in my dorkiness and my stupidity sometimes, and my humor, and I love that. But yeah, and then to walk back off the aisle, like, I know some girls take it so seriously. I'm not that serious about a wedding. So to walk us back down the aisle, I played Keyboard Cat because it's something that Ron and I like. We're YouTube people. We like to watch YouTube. We have a lot of people we subscribe to, and we watch a bunch of stupid videos at night before going to bed. And Keyboard Cat was one of them. So it was only fitting that we got played off by Keyboard Cat. So yeah, that was one of the highlights of my wedding for me. And then my first dance with him. My first dance with Ron, and mind you, we don't slow dance. We've never really slow danced before. If we do dance, it's like to like really, really energetic dance music, or like hip hop or cumbia. It's like fast music, so we've never really slow danced before, so it was really our first dance. And that made it all the more special. We didn't choreograph anything, no surprise dance or anything like that, because we're just not the type, and I didn't want to be cheesy like that. I'm sorry, I find that cheesy. And kind of fake, because I don't do it on the regular, so why would I like bust out a whole like routine? But we danced to Fade Into You by Maisie Starr, and in that very moment is when it got me, and I started crying, and I might cry again. Because just having that moment with him, it was really special for me. It was just him and I was looking into his face, and I was like, we did it, you know, we survived. And I was super, super happy and overwhelmed with feeling then. So those are my highlights of my wedding. Everything else was a blur except for those moments. So there you go, ladies and gents. If you guys have any questions, like I said before, just let me know and I will answer them for you. Next video, that I'm going to be posting will not be about the wedding or anything like that. It's probably just going to be about, you know, my pregnancy and stuff, which I am 18 weeks today. But I will see you guys